I used to feel so guilty handing over the tablet just to get things done.
We all do. But honestly, I switched to Lingo Kids. The guilt is gone, and the kids are obsessed.
Really? Do they actually like it?
Oh, they love it. It's all games, music, lessons, and stories. They think they're just playing, but I know they're safe from weird ads and junk.
Mom, look! I'm flying into space!
See? They're happy. I'm happy.
Lingo Kids!
Everything kids love.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Small Town Murder Express.
Yay and choo-choo.
Yay, indeed, Jimmy. Yay, indeed. My name is James Petrogallo. I'm here with my co-host.
I am Jimmy Wisman.
Thank you, folks, so much for joining us today on another insane edition of Small Town Murder Express. You know you're going to get crazy. You know you're going to get surprises. You know you're going to get weird little twists, and we got it all for you today.
Tremendous.
Lots of crazy stuff. We will get into that and much more. But first, definitely head over to shutupandgivememurder.com. Get your tickets for live shows. That is the thing to do right now. Next show up with tickets available May 2nd in Denver, and then May 30th in Royal Oak, Michigan. Also has some tickets. Then after the summer, it's Milwaukee, Minneapolis. Yeah, that's right. Dallas, San Jose, Sacramento, Tarrytown, Boston. So get your tickets right now. Shutupandgivememurder.com and all sorts of other stuff there too. Merchandise and everything like that. So get your tickets. Come hang out with us. Have some fun. Get yourself Patreon as well. That's more for you, really. I mean, anybody $5 a month or above, you get so much stuff that it's a lot. As soon as you subscribe, you're going to get almost 400 bonus episodes of back catalog bonus stuff you've never heard before immediately upon subscription. So much. And then you get new ones every other week. One crime and sports, one small town murder. You get it all. This week, no different. All of it. For crime and sports, we're going to talk about the Ecclesia Athletic Association, which was this program in inner city California to get the kids off the streets, get them into sports, which sounds great.
Does.
Problem is, whenever you get adults and kids mixed together, weird stuff starts to happen, and weird culty things begin, and that's no different than what happens here. Then for Small Town Murder, it's Corey Richins Part 2. She killed her husband. She wrote a book about it. Well, not about it, but about her to help her kids grieve, as the way she put it. And then she went to trial and looked like a real jackass. And we're going to talk about all of it and more. That's everything there. Patreon.com/CrimeInSports. And at the same time, you're going to get everything we put out. All the shows, Crime and Sports, Your Stupid Opinion, Small Town Murder, all ad-free with your Patreon.
Ad-free.
And you get a shout out at the end of the regular show where Jimmy will mess your name all up. Don't you worry about that. So that said, I think it's time, everybody. What do you say? Right. Let's all sit back here, clear the lungs. There we go. Here we go. Arms to the sky. And let's all shout. Shut up and give me murder. Let's do this, everybody.
Okay.
Let's go on a trip. Shall we?
Yeah.
Let's do it. We are going to a place we haven't been in a while.
Oh.
We're going to Montana this week.
Nice.
It has been quite a while, over a year since we've been in Montana. So reason is North Dakota, Montana, those states up there, the people just aren't close enough to each other to murder each other very often. It's just, you're just too far away.
Space equals happiness.
I'm not going all the way over there to kill Frank. He's a dick, but I mean, he's so far away. Screw it.
At least he's way over there.
At least I don't have to deal with him. This is Sidney, Montana, Sidney, Montana. It's in northeastern Montana, kind of over by the North Dakota border. This is where the oil boom started in about 2012 here, this area, the western North Dakota, eastern Montana area, like Williston, North Dakota becomes a big hub for it. And so things kind of get wild, as we'll talk about. They kind of go from a very small, rural western town to oil people are coming in. And the workers are transient, they're wild. They drink.
Fascinating folks.
Yeah, they're single guys who drink
Yeah.
and carouse, and it's a lot.
Oh boy, do they.
Oh, we'll talk about it here. This is about 4 hours to Billings, Montana, about 3.5 hours to Bismarck, North Dakota, so kind of right in the middle of them, and 5.5 hours to Geraldine, Montana, our last Montana episode 569. This is
Good Lord.
This is episode 694, by the way, so it's been a long
God.
time. That was A Stalker to Die For. This is in Richland County, area code 406. Population of this town, pretty small still, even after a boom, 6,420. So still a small town. Median household income here lower than the national average. National average is around 70. Here it's $55,611. So pretty a little bit low. And median,
meager.
and median home cost is high. It is expensive
Really?
up there. $397,100 is median.
Almost
home cost.
400 grand.
That is pricey. So it's tough.
Wow.
It's tough to find housing up here, from what I understand. Nickname of this town, Sunrise City.
I mean, I suppose.
I mean, I think every city has a sunrise.
Everybody's got a sunrise, right?
But it rises.
It's probably
in the east.
really beautiful there because of the mountains and such.
Maybe. I bet the sunsets are better.
Yeah.
Like
But
Arizona.
Montana's a lot of plains too, isn't it?
It is. It's a lot of everything. It's the size of like 8 European countries. It's huge up there. It's enormous. Little bit of history of this town, just a little bit. The settlers began coming here in the 1870s, established a post office in 1888. A 6-year-old named Sidney Walters and his parents were staying with Hiram Otis, the local justice of the peace. And Hiram Otis, he must have had, the justice of the peace has sweeping powers because he can just name the town, and he did.
The JP's like, that kid is cute.
He decided Sidney's a pretty good name. We should name the town that. Not I'll name my kid that. I'll name the town that. So that's what they did. And the following year, Montana became a state and Sidney was incorporated. And for a long time, the main source of everything here is sugar beets. They grow sugar beets here. Mm-hmm. We've gone over this with some other show about 5 years ago, I believe, 6, 7 years ago, about sugar beets. So that's what they were into. Then the oil boom came where they were, the shale and all that stuff. So and everything changed. We've never been here, so let's find out some reviews of this town. See what other people think. Okay, 5 stars. Sidney is a very small, tight-knit town where everybody might know your name, but you are very well cared for.
I don't know what that means.
Yeah, that's not.
Why the butt?
I was just going to say the butt is not really necessary. And would have been a fine thing to put instead of butt.
Well, they know your name, but you're well cared for.
But I mean, they call you names. They go, "Hey, Jimmy, you cocksucker," but then they take care of you.
Jerk off.
Yeah. We are a town 45 minutes in the complete middle of 2 opposite colleges in both Williston, North Dakota, and Glendive, Montana. The community is so great that when people leave to attend colleges for years and hundreds of miles away, they always find their way back home to Sidney to raise their families.
How about it?
And that's what happens with one of our people in a story today is they leave and come back.
Came back.
Yeah, that's what happens. So they must love it. Here's 5 stars. I have loved living in Sidney, and I am happy raising my family here. There are many there may not be very many conveniences, but the friendliness. Wow, they spelled that wrong. The
Friendlessness.
that's what I saw at first was friendlessness. Ooh, I'm like, that is way wrong.
Amazing.
But the friendliness and community makes up for that. Okay. 2 stars. The cost of living is high due to demand of people needed here, but not everyone makes the oil field money, so for some it's difficult. I guess the
Oil field money is big, huh?
It pays for in the middle of nowhere. It pays way more than anything else in the middle of nowhere.
It afforded Matthew McConaughey to go get AIDS treatment in Mexico.
For
or
so much of
he
it.
went.
So much of it. He wasn't in the fields though. It would have been
he
different.
was.
Oh, he was? I don't remember that part. Okay.
Didn't you see that movie?
Yeah, but like years ago. I don't remember.
He's out there drilling and getting knocked out. He's getting punched.
It's not a movie that's a great repeat watcher. So
No, I meant
saw it once
kind of
years
you've
ago.
seen it once, you're like, all right,
That was that.
I'm uncomfortable.
Put it on the shelf, and there you go. It's fine. It's a good movie. It's just
I don't want to see Matthew
like
McConaughey
Goodfellas
look
or
like
anything.
that for 2 hours.
No. Yeah, it's sad. The town is small and not much to do unless you want to go to the bar, and then there's like 8 to choose from.
Oh, that's great.
And that's what these towns turn into when all the oil comes in. Bars open. And
roughnecks love to drink.
yeah, like I was looking for murders in North Dakota, and there was several in Williston, and multiple of them were people getting murdered at strip clubs that were right next door to each other. So I was like, Jesus, this place is crazy. And then finally, 3 stars. This is the lowest rating they have, by the way, is a 3-star.
Right.
There's nothing to do here, and there's no reason to stay.
No.
All right. Things to do in this town, the Richland County Fair and Rodeo.
Of course.
Oh, yeah. What began as a small community street fair has evolved into what is now the Richland County Fair and Rodeo, entertaining 30,000 plus people year after year. Sure. It became official in 1920 and has continued to be successful ever since, they say here.
Right.
Some attractions. We have the Freckle Farms Pony Rides and Petting Zoo.
Yeah.
Got that.
To whirl.
You got, this is this guy will be wandering around, Scott's Crazy Magic. It's crazy magic.
It's crazy.
It's so crazy. There's an off-axis stunt show.
Oh,
which is, they say, a high-energy, 60-minute action-packed spectacle here.
Right.
You get BMX and dirt bike stunts, slam-dunk aerial action that will leave you speechless, Jimmy. Speechless.
It's all anti-gravity shit, James.
Pretty much. Teeter-board acrobatics with jaw-dropping precision, a hilarious comedy parkour chase scene. So like Keystone
Somebody
Cop
falls down.
Yeah. And then they just fall and another guy comes.
I mean, that's the funny part of parkour, right? When you fall.
Well, that's the good part. Otherwise, you're just like, look at this idiot. Jesus Christ. And the grand finale, a mega ramp launched by BMX riders, dirt bikes, and every additional act they offer. You come up on a moped, you're going off this mega ramp. They don't give a shit. Roller skates, let's go. Who cares?
Rocket skates, let's go, Wiley
Let's
Coyote.
go. Yeah, let's see what Acme has delivered today. There's also the PRCA Rodeo will be in town.
Yeah, that's the real one, James.
That's the good one. And then their big headlining band, Midland, with special guest Eli Mosley.
I think I've heard of Midland.
It sounds like I thought I did too, but I'm like, all those country bands have the same.
It's also the brand of a CB radio.
Yeah. Midland is generic for a country group like Young something is generic for a rapper. You know what I mean? It's like, I don't know, all the Youngs and Midlands. I don't know where the hell they're talking about. That said, let's talk about a murder, shall we?
Here we go.
All right, let's get into this. Now, Sidney kind of has a pre-2012, post-2012 life, you can put it.
A grace period, yeah?
It's, 2012, it was kind of a quiet place. You know what I mean? They said all the social stuff revolved around high school sports. Like a typical
changed.
Very rural town. Quote, this is from a writer, quote, respectable folks went to the bar on Saturday nights. Nobody locked their doors. And
just the respectable folks?
The really bad people.
For Saturday?
Really bad people have all been kicked out of all these bars already, so they're not allowed in. Then the oil boom hit. Massive underground deposit stretching across eastern Montana and western North Dakota. And basically this made people rush up here for jobs, essentially.
Okay.
So they're pumping out crude, and now all of a sudden everything is packed. You can't get even a hotel room up there because of the oil workers.
Really?
There's
and they're probably staying in those, huh?
Yeah. Temporary housing. There's semi trucks, flooding these small streets and everything like that. It's a complete fucking mess. The police chief said he needed 7 more officers and couldn't get them yet because that pays less than the oil fields. So
is that right?
Yeah. So there's shit going on. Drug crimes in eastern Montana more than doubled in only a couple years.
Is that right?
Assaults in Dickinson, North Dakota, which is right across the border. I think we've done an episode there. That increased 5-fold in 2 years. That's assaults. The mayor said this about the oil workers and the spike in crime, quote, we own the day, they own the night. They've given up.
What?
It's bedlam after dark. It's like fucking Deadwood after dark. That's what this place is, basically. It's crazy.
And I've heard the term roughneck. I know that's what they call the oil field guys, but I don't know why.
I don't know either. Not sure.
Is their neck just blistered? Is that what it is? They're just hunched over?
Probably pretty rough from the sun beating on it, yeah.
Sun blistered, though?
I'm not sure. Not positive. Let's find out someone who, comes in from a walk and probably isn't sun blistered because it happened in the morning.
Okay.
January 7th, 2012. This is in the afternoon. There's a guy named Gary Arnold. Gary's got some kids and a wife, and we'll talk about all of that. Okay. He had gone for a walk that morning, and when he gets back, his wife, Sherry, isn't home. So he assumed that she had gone for her run, because she runs in the morning, too.
All right.
I don't know why they just don't run together, but whatever. Maybe solitude is important.
Earlier.
Not sure. So he waits for her, figures she'll be back soon. Time passes, and she never comes home.
Huh.
So he goes out and goes looking for her himself, driving around her usual running routes to find her and can't find anything. So he gets home and reports her as missing to the police department.
Wow.
My wife's missing. Her running shoes are gone. She clearly went out running and hasn't come back, and she's nowhere to be found.
Well,
so, and these are real kind of staid people. These aren't these aren't oil workers. They're both he and his wife, both Gary and Sherry, are teachers.
Gary and Sherry.
That? And they're teachers, and they have, a very kind of calm life. They don't go do crazy things.
That is a fascinating phone call to make to the police, too, because, I mean, the term is literally ran away. And so you call the police and you go, my wife, you know what? Never mind.
My wife ran away. But wait, there's more. She ran away.
I want you to look for her, but as I'm saying the words, it's starting to occur.
Yeah, the problem is running away entails running back home, and she hasn't done that part yet. So
she usually runs right the fuck back.
She's running somewhere. We're not sure if it's away or towards something or whatever, but you should find her.
It's a fun phone call is all.
So within hours, everybody is looking for her. Literally 1,000 people are searching for her.
Wow.
By late afternoon, they have organized at the high school search, everyone get to the high school, search parties, all the firemen, all that kind of shit. Everybody is out looking for her.
They're very aware that this is not normal, and everybody in town is like, wait, she didn't come back.
And she's a very popular math teacher at Sidney High School, too, so everybody knows her. She's worked there for years. Everybody knows her, and basically about 20% of the town went looking for her. About 1,000 out of 5,000 people went. Right. The police department, they even sent 40 soldiers from the Montana Army National Guard to look for her.
Imagine that.
Canine units, hundreds of volunteers just walking the fields. And, this is January in Montana. It's cold, and they're still out there doing it. They don't give a shit. Then on Holly Street, which is not too far from their house, off in a ditch, they find one of her running shoes, a New Balance running shoe.
That's a problem.
Yeah, that's a bad sign. One shoe is missing because she's probably not, hopping around somewhere right now.
Yeah. If you run away, you're going to need both of those.
Yeah, and she's nowhere around the shoe, which is a problem. So they put up a big missing thing for her. It's in the newspaper. Sherry Lee Arnold is her name. She's 43 years old. She's white with black hair, brown eyes, 5'10", 140 pounds. Yeah. And from what it looks like, a very nice, warm smile.
So young.
Yeah, so young. She looks like the math teacher you'd want to have, because she looks like she would
the good one
explain it to you, and you would get it. You know what I mean?
Without calling me stupid?
Without calling me stupid, exactly. That's how I feel. I'd be like, wow, I don't even feel that bad about not getting that the first 5 times she fucking said it. So they say she has a slender build, numerous scars on her left leg, and was last seen wearing a blue hooded sweatshirt with white stripes on the sleeves and red nylon pants with black leggings and black gloves. So they're begging people to call. Now, she is... Sherry Arnold, she is. She's born February 13th, 1968. She's 43 years old. She grew up on her family's ranch about 25 miles outside of town. Yeah. So, that's a nice life she's come up with here.
Sweet way to start, you bet.
She's the daughter of Ron and Sharon Whited, Whited, Whited. She's got a sister named Rhonda, and You know, they rode horses growing up, and they showed horses and other livestock and 4-H shows and that kind of thing. I mean, she came up a rural ranch girl. Yeah. Riding horses, showing animals at the 4-H thing. I mean, that's what she's doing. She was valedictorian of Sidney High School class of 1986. She's a real achiever, this one, too.
That's the one you want teaching people. She clearly gets this.
Yes. She didn't just choose, teaching as I don't know what else to do, and they're always hiring. Because that's why a lot of
guaranteed paycheck. Yeah.
I know many people who have gone into teaching just because there was nothing, they didn't know what else to do, and whatever they went to school for wasn't really, working for them, so they end up, going and getting the teaching degree, and that's what they get.
Yeah,
and,
those who can't thing, you know what I mean?
Yeah, and then some teachers are just great. Right. Some teachers are awesome, and they're engaged, and they want to teach, and they're into it, and then some people are like, I'm just doing this until my resume gets picked up by somebody else.
They said no kids left behind, so get the fuck out.
Get out. She went to college. She played volleyball at the University of North Dakota in Williston. She earned her teaching degree from Dickinson State University in 1990, and then she started teaching in Tioga, North Dakota. And then she taught at another school in Minot, also North Dakota. And then she ended up coming back to Sidney.
How about that?
And for the last 18 years, she's been teaching math in Sidney.
Loves it.
So, I mean, back in her hometown, and it's really nice. She got married in 1994 when she had just gotten back into Sidney. She married a guy named Jerome Papineau. Papineau. Papineaw. Papineau. In 1994. She has 2 children from that marriage, Jason and Holly. They end up getting divorced some point in the maybe 97-ish.
Yeah.
By 98, she is in a relationship with somebody else, Gary Arnold, her current husband, who's looking for her, who's also a teacher at Sidney High School, which seems convenient. You can carpool at least. That's nice.
Yeah. I've seen many couples through my high school that were married and they were teachers at the same school.
Yeah. I had a couple of teachers that were like at different schools, but in the district, and they were married. September 12th, 1998, they get married. So she brings 2 kids to the table. I believe Gary brought I think he had 1 kid. And then I believe they have 2 kids together. If not, it might be 3.
She has a daughter named Holly, and they live on Holly Street?
And they live off. That's down the road there.
Oh, that's where their shoe was found.
That's where her shoe was found. She's got this. So there's 5 kids all together here. They're both teachers. They're doing their thing here. She told one of her friends that her description of her life is, quote, "I love our rut." So
say again.
Yeah, she likes the groove they've made.
Oh,
she digs it.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Rut's usually not a positive word. That's what
you have to put love in there or else it's bad.
Yeah.
If you say I'm in a rut, that's not good. If you say I love this rut I'm in, then it's like, okay, I guess you're happy.
Groove. Yeah. Groove and rut are synonymous, although
that's what I took
rut
it as.
Sounds terrible.
Rut sounds, because that's what you see. You say I'm in a rut right now. That's what people
you're
say
stuck.
When you're stuck.
A rut's never not stuck.
You don't know what to do. Yeah, you're in a shit of a mess. You say I'm in a rut. So she teaches algebra. Her husband teaches algebra, and her kids go to school at this high school as well. Okay. So, couldn't be better for them. In fall of 2011, she was named KTVQ, which is a local TV station or radio station, one of the two. I assume TV, KTVQ, TV, Teacher of the Month. So she made
the month. That's great.
Yeah, she's Teacher of the Month. She also had cancer.
Jesus.
She had beaten cancer as well through this time. She had, I don't know what kind, but all I keep finding is that it was a rare cancer, not a common one. And she survived it. She was fighting it for 6 years of constant going, and she has come out the other side, it looks like here, and she's in remission. So, I mean, it's maybe
that's got to be exhausting. 6 years of it.
6 years, and maybe there's something to karma here. She's a nice lady, and she got through it. So that's good.
Beating it is the key. If you're like, if you see progress or like something, then you can certainly have a a desire to keep fighting it. My dad died of it after 6 years, and boy, oh boy, he was on the ropes from month one.
I was going to say when you were saying when he first got diagnosed, they wouldn't have given him 6 years. They didn't think he even had that long. He was already severely into it here. But Sherry, she beats it, and she runs half marathons now. She coaches softball. Nice. She likes to do yard work and go horseback riding and all that kind of shit. So loves sports too. She seems cool as shit. Big Cubs fan. She loves the Cubs and the Minnesota Twins. I'm like, man, she is a glutton for punishment.
No kidding.
Just a glutton for punishment. And
she's also got two baseball, both.
Yeah, they're American and National League though.
Okay,
so you can kind of do that. Yeah. And that, to me, it seems like she's also, in football, her team is the Vikings. Okay. So Minnesota is the Plains team.
Yeah, it is.
It goes over all the way to there. And the Cubs...
Seattle only gets to halfway through Idaho.
Yeah. Well, and the Cubs were on WGN. Yeah. So I bet you anything she grew up watching the Cubs on TV, and that's probably how she got to be a Cubs fan, because that's how I started liking the Cubs was... When we first moved to Arizona,
White Sox were too.
WGN. Yeah, but fuck the White Sox. I don't know. Didn't care about them.
I loved Frank Thomas. I did watching.
Too. I did too.
It was so much fun.
I did. I like Frank Thomas too.
Bobby Thigpen, was that his name? The pitcher?
He was a White Sox. Yeah, White Sox reliever. Yeah. Bobby Thigpen. Yeah, all that. They had I remember those bad 80s teams like Dan Pasqua and Ron Hassey and all those guys. They would trade back and forth with the Yankees. Miserable.
Yeah. I mean, the White Sox ran shitty right up until the late 90s, I guess. No, it was further than that.
They've been bad pretty much since the Titanic went down.
Yeah, they won a World Series and then went right back to historically sucking.
Yeah, to really being bad. Hey everybody, just going to take a quick break from the show to tell you how to make your house nicer and cooler and just better with 3-Day Blinds.
3dayblinds.com, the number 3dayblinds.com.
Absolutely, and I'm telling you what, I've bought blinds and I've got blinds from 3-Day Blinds, and it's a way better experience. I don't want to go to a store and stare at blinds. I don't have a whole Saturday afternoon to sit around looking at blinds and go to, listen to salespeople and all that kind of thing. I'm not doing that. So 3-Day Blinds is where you go. This is the way to do it. I'm telling you, it's the best. There's a better way to buy blinds, shades, shutters, and drapery, and it's called 3-Day Blinds. Get in there with them. They are the leading manufacturer of high-quality custom window treatments in the U.S. And right now, if you use our URL, 3dayblinds.com/STM, they're running a buy one, get one 50% off deal. You can't beat it. You can shop for almost anything at home. Why not shop for blinds at home, too? That's the best place to do it. 3-Day Blinds has local, professionally trained design consultants who have an average of 10-plus years of experience that provide expert guidance on the right blinds for you in the comfort of your own home. You just set up an appointment, and you'll get a free, no-obligation quote the same day. So can't beat that. If you're not very handy, DIY projects, they're fun, but measuring and installing blinds can be a bit of a challenge. Got to do that right. Their expert team at 3-Day Blinds handles all the heavy lifting. They design, measure, and install so you can sit back, relax, and leave it to the pros. I love 3-Day Blinds. I got them for the studio, so it's really nice. Keeps everything out, and they're nice. They're thick. They feel like they keep some sound out, too.
Sure.
They're excellent. They look great. That's the other thing. They're beautiful. They're installed super easy. They're fantastic. With 3-Day Blinds, you choose from thousands of options that fit any budget or style. You can't beat it. Let's get in there, guys. Right now, get quality window treatments that fit your budget with 3-Day Blinds. Head to 3dayblinds.com/STM. That's the number 3 for their buy one, get one 50% off deal on custom blinds, shades, and shutters and drapery. For a free, no charge, no obligation consultation, just head to the number 3dayblinds.com/STM. One last time, that's buy one, get one 50% off when you head to number 3dayblinds.com/STM.
Now back to the show.
Hey everybody, just going to take a quick break from the show and tell you where to find all the good stuff at Poshmark.
Poshmark.com.
Absolutely. Maybe there's some things you've been looking for, some pieces, some clothing that you've been looking for, some specific things that you're looking for forever, something you used to have, something vintage, or maybe something that, kind of just different, you know what I mean? Specific, and Poshmark is the place to find all this kind of stuff. There's so many things on Poshmark where you're like, this is so cool. I didn't know that. Yeah. Wow, that's from them. You can find cool, like, I like the vintage stuff, honestly. So, like, they have some very cool vintage stuff and some really great brands, too. I mean, all the top brands, Louis Vuitton and Prada and Fendi and Coach and all the big top brands that you could possibly want. And Poshmark is great. You should tell everyone about it because it's wonderful. Poshmark is the leading fashion resale marketplace shaped by real people and real style. Millions of new and pre-loved items from daily wardrobe staples to vintage and luxury fashion, archive-worthy pieces you thought you missed forever, current essentials, one-of-one vintage finds. It's all there, and that's what's cool. That's the thing. They have all, and whether you're looking for the fancy stuff, like I said, the Louis Vuittons or any of that stuff, you're looking for that kind of thing, or maybe you're looking for, like I found, like a leather jacket from 40 years ago that's just cool and worn in just right. That kind of thing too. They have it all there, and you could spend so much time having fun just looking for the stuff there. It's all there. And when you're ready for a closet refresh, you can earn real money selling the pieces that you're ready to part with, reaching more than 80 million users on the platform. I'm telling you, I've looked around. I've spent hours looking on this. I love it. It's so much fun. And you can do it too. And you're going to find stuff that you didn't know you even wanted.
The hunt's half the fun.
The hunt is all the fun, and they have such cool stuff there. Yeah. Find what feels like you. Shop and share your style on Poshmark today. New deals and styles are listed every day, so don't wait. Download the Poshmark app and use the code SmallTownMurder when you sign up to get $10 off your first purchase, or shop now at Poshmark.com/SmallTownMurder and get $10 off your first purchase. That's POSHMARK.com/SmallTownMurder.
Now back to the show.
She and Gary would take the kids to Disney World.
Okay,
so
down
go
in Florida,
do that.
Yeah.
She was a big baker. She liked to bake desserts.
Oh,
so, I mean, she's doing great. And her and Gary would go out for long walks together and big long walk and talks together to hang out. And seems like she's in a good relationship, you would imagine. Yeah. And January 7th, 2012, she got up before dawn, put on her New Balance shoes, and went out a-running. And
she goes.
She had recently run a half marathon in Deadwood, so she runs all the time.
Oh, she did that, huh?
So the scene of the shoe. Now, at the scene of the shoe, they also find her hat as well, off a little further, a beanie cap there.
Sure.
There is evidence of a struggle in the loose gravel and frozen mud. The frozen mud seems to be disturbed.
Footprints and scotch marks.
Yeah, you can see that. There's no witnesses to anything that happened here. They can't find anything. It's the area is it's like an industrial area they're in.
No,
this isn't like in a neighborhood. This is kind of often an industrial area. There's a truck route that runs along the Sidney Sugars plant.
Oh.
So that's what it is. It's basically, and where she was in January in Montana, it's very dark and very cold, and there's nobody there.
Yeah.
So just this industrial area by the sugar plant on a truck route she's running on, which they probably run that because there's no cars going down there because the trucks aren't going there yet.
There's that, so they don't slide off the road and hit you and such. But less traffic means more ice, doesn't it? I'd be afraid to slip and fall on my fat ass.
It can, but I mean, if you're running in Montana in January, you figured out ice. She probably you might put those little ice clips.
I suppose you could put like little spikes on your shoes or something.
Yeah, I have those little ice spikes for.
Oh, do you?
Yeah, I have some for like shoveling if it's really frozen out. You don't want.
Do they just like?
You clip them.
They just go in your shoe?
Yeah, you like pull them and they like pop on the bottom.
Oh,
of your
got
shoe.
it. Okay.
They're pretty simple, just to kind of break it up a little bit. They're not like thicker and they're long or anything. Yeah. But this is a safe place that she's usually running in. This is Sidney. There's no crime. There's no anything going on here. So the running shoe on the side of the ditch signaled something's wrong, mixed with the signs of a struggle, and that she didn't just like kick a shoe off because she was hot or something. So now, and she's not usually the type of person. No one would think of her as someone who would take off and run away, and especially with one shoe, she's probably not going to run away. So her husband Gary is obviously the first person they look at to say, what the fuck went on here. But
That's a question, yeah.
He is cleared by law enforcement because for the sole reason that he was fully cooperative from the first moment, which a lot of people are fully cooperative and also fully guilty.
Yeah, they're fully cooperative and fully full of shit, and fully questioning
fully
what do you know.
What they are.
Yeah.
But Gary, they seem to really believe him. And a criminal profiler speaking to the news in the days after this disappearance said about the shoe, that shoe in the ditch, not a good sign. Looks to me like it's an abduction. Somebody pulled her into a vehicle. I'd go with somebody over something.
Right.
Unless,
but also,
Sasquatch pulled up in his van and yanked her in there. I think it's probably somebody. I'm going to just...
Yeah. Nice job.
Something.
Well, you went to school for that. Really.
Yeah. No, he's FBI all the way, this guy. This is huge news around here.
Yeah.
Not only because women don't usually disappear, but also she is a popular figure. She's a local teacher. She was just, profiled on the news as the teacher of the month, like 2.5 months ago. So
and a mom responsible for 5 children.
Yeah.
She's got shit going on. You don't just disappear.
Absolutely. I mean, this is national news too. The Washington Post picks it up. Albuquerque stations pick it up. Everywhere.
Albuquerque, all the way down there.
All the way down there. Yeah. Even the NOAA Weather's website even had look for her. Yeah. The
National Organization of something.
Yeah. Of I can't remember what the hell it is.
It's weather.
I'm too focused on this now to get into weather. But yeah, that's what it is.
That's a big one though. That thing's important.
It's yeah. No, they look at all the storm shit, I believe there.
Yeah.
And also Sidney High School, they have a basketball game and they have a moment of silence before the game for her, even though she's just missing. Now the profiler who said, she's probably been abducted by something or someone. Something or someone, fucking idiot. He also noted that when looking around, because they clear the husband and there's nobody else, it's not like she's had an affair or anything like that. So they're kind of a dead end there. So they start looking at, are there registered sex offenders around?
Oh.
Someone that might pull a woman into a car. You know what I mean?
They're getting like dead serious.
Oh, absolutely. They want to find her bad. And they said Sidney had 41 registered sex offenders, all male, within approximately 1 mile of the jogging route. So there's 41 perverts in a
good Lord
in a 1 mile circle of this place. Can you imagine that? What a shit! What a shit sewing circle that is.
Yeah, I assume that there's quite a bit. Pretty much everywhere. We don't know unless you really look at it. But I mean, if you look at your neighborhood, it looks like it has chicken pox on that website.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's ugly.
41 in a
square mile? That's a lot.
That's a lot. I don't know.
That feels like they did that on purpose.
Yeah, well, I mean, how many of these oil workers are registered sex offenders? Probably.
Yeah, there's that too. Yeah.
Probably quite a few. It's kind of a nomadic lifestyle and shit.
Probably a lot of unregistered too.
I mean, plenty of unregistered. So you put that in there, and then they probably all have to stay in one area because there's a school over here they can't be near. So I'm sure they're all in there.
Or there's a house that's designated for it.
This is pervert house, and we all stay here. That, by the way, 41 in that small average is 4 times the national average per capita. So this is like sex offender.
Wow.
This is like a sex offender vacation spot or some shit over here.
On average, it's 10 per square mile. We got it. We got work to do.
I don't even know if it's that, but in the town they have 4 times the per capita. I don't know how they're doing the math.
Jesus Christ.
10 of them were non-compliant with registry requirements and had potentially unreported addresses too. One was a level 3 offender, which is the highest risk for a repeat sexual offense and the highest threat to public safety. Out of 41, only one was a level 3. That's pretty interesting. So that's what they have. So they got to go on a pervert roundup now and go talk to all these perverts and find out who did what here. Hey, knock, knock, knock. Hi, is there yes, we're looking for the local sex pervert. Hi, oh, it's you. Okay, yeah.
Hi there, pervert.
Can we search your house for one New Balance shoe, please?
Yeah, have you got a left of this?
Man. Then January 11th, so 4 days after she disappears, an anonymous tip comes in. Okay. Sidney police receive it. And it is an anonymous tip saying that a 22-year-old man that this person knows named Michael Spell, Spell, has been overheard talking to family members about a woman that he and another man kidnapped and killed. So overheard, this is a very, this is a real...
Family members heard that?
There's a real nebulous anonymous tip here. He was overheard saying this and that. Doesn't really register a lot, but they do also give a description of a vehicle that he might be traveling in.
That's good.
So it's a 1993 green Ford Explorer. So that's what they're saying. Now, the guy that they're talking about is Michael Keith Spell. He's 22 years old. He's from Parachute, Colorado.
Oh.
He has an IQ of 70.
Okay.
Is illiterate as fuck, and described later as having the mental age of about an 11-year-old and the education, what his dad says, of a kindergartner. Yeah, that's what we got here.
That's what was absorbed all the way up until then.
Or a first grader, I apologize.
Okay.
That's his functioning level, they say, of a first grader.
Oh, boy. How long did he drop out? Do we know when he finished school?
Oh, yeah. He didn't finish school at all. Yeah, no. He dropped out pretty early here. He had... He's had some criminal problems in the past few years, which is why they want to look at him even more. Yeah. He had been declared incompetent to proceed on 2 prior legal matters in Colorado because of his stupidity.
He's already gotten off on 2 charges because of it.
Oh, yeah. One of them was a Colorado case in 2007 involving drug possession, contributing to the delinquency of a minor, and sexual contact without consent.
Oh, that's called rape. What are we talking about?
Well, it's not rape if it's not
penetration of some sort.
Yeah, it's not technically. You can't. If he grabs somebody's ass, they can't say rape. That's not rape.
Okay,
that's like saying it's raining out when it's not raining out.
I guess that is sexual contact.
Yeah. That's sexual contact without consent. Now, I don't know if maybe that law needs to be updated for whatever, but it doesn't seem like it's rape.
No.
But it's gross, whatever it is.
It's certainly not good.
No one should be touching anybody. But
and if it was all in the same account too, with the alcohol and such, that's not good.
Yeah, I think so. He gave whatever drugs to this person and then had contact with them. Sexual contact with consent is just sexual contact. It's not against the law. So without consent is implied if you've been arrested for it. Also in 2009, that was dismissed due to his dumbness. Then in 2009, he was arrested after asking a student at what was then St. John Middle School to text a fellow students and ask any of them if they wanted to buy some weed.
Oh.
Well, at least he wasn't slinging dick, but still.
Yeah.
The arrest affidavit said the student, who was 14, said Spell provided him with weed and the 2 had smoked. And he said, hey, text all your friends and see if any of them need weed.
That's just trying to make money. Okay.
Yeah. So he faced charges of contributing to the delinquency of a minor, attempted distribution of marijuana, and solicitation to commit distribution of marijuana.
Yeah.
He was represented by a public defender who twice successfully requested psychological evaluations for him, and the case was dismissed and sealed. Okay. So, yeah. So
imagine getting off being... He's too dumb to understand that isn't okay.
He's too stupid. Like, they looked at it and they were like, the 14-year-old who he asked is way more mature than him.
Wow.
So what do we do here, basically? And what do you do with a guy like this?
I don't know.
He's a big guy too. Like he's a Lenny. Really? Like he's a big Lenny. Like, what do you do with a guy like this? Honestly, this is a
go to a weed legal state, first of all.
That would be one thing. It's a very of mice and men situation with him and his friend here, that we'll talk about. So he was initially free on a personal recognizance bond co-signed by his father, with whom he was living. And then in 2010, he was arrested on a failure to appear warrant in that case as well. The bond carried a $5,000 penalty in case of default, and his father was issued a notice of forfeiture. But it all ended up being just dismissed after a while.
Didn't matter because he's too dumb anyway.
He's too dumb. Yeah. He has a girlfriend named Angel Cruz. Everybody, again, we've said this. We've said it once. We've said it 1,000 times. I don't want to hear that you can't find somebody. This man has an IQ of 70 and a criminal record that includes words like sexual and without consent. And he's got a girlfriend. You can do it, fellas. I'm sorry.
He's had charges dismissed because he's too dumb.
Too dumb to even deal with it. That's sorry. They have a son together. This woman lets him impregnate her somehow.
She gave him consent.
Oh, God, he had consent at one point here.
Yeah.
So he's got about a 1-year-old kid at this time that they're looking into him. And he's got a 1-year-old son, a girlfriend named Angel Cruz. He's got a father named Harry, who sounds like he's exhausted by him completely.
Can't imagine.
He still loves him, and he's, there for him. They say his family said he left Colorado on January 4th to pursue oil jobs in the eastern Montana, western North Dakota area, in this area. Spell's father, Harry, said that his son had traveled with a friend of his up to the oil fields after his friend, meaning, Michael's friend, had guaranteed work that pays up to $2,000 a week.
Dang.
Which is damn good money. If you can go up there and make $100,000 a year, and you're in Parachute, Colorado,
$8,000 a month. Yeah,
to make that
terrific.
To make that in a rural area without owning a ranch or your own business is impossible. It just doesn't work like that. So that's great money.
That's why a lot of them just drag a trailer and go from field to field because you can make $2,000 a week and not have any fees to pay. That's amazing.
And that's why these states do this also because places like Oklahoma, they went from having 0 earthquakes to having 800 earthquakes a year because they're doing this crazy shit, but people want the jobs.
Yeah,
it's like putting a fucking prison somewhere. It's the same thing.
Yeah.
Well, there's jobs there. Yeah,
people
but it's
show
also
up to work.
full of felons also. So what are we doing? Anyway, his father, Harry, said that his son was anxious to prove himself to his parents and his girlfriend and even his son, who doesn't know anything yet, but will someday.
Not as much as he knows.
They're pretty similar. Michael found work in the past in oil fields near Parachute and on a fire damage cleanup crew, but was unable to keep the jobs because, and I quote, this is his father, he didn't quite understand what to do. He's too dumb to work on a fire damage cleanup crew.
He doesn't know rake, put in bag?
See that shit that's burnt?
Yeah.
Clean it.
Get rid of it.
Can't process that. This guy is
get it out of here.
Scary dumb. His dad said he might be 22 years old, but he has an education less than a kindergartner.
Wow.
So the man he drove to Montana with is Lester Van Waters Jr. Van is his middle name. He's 47 years old, so 25 years older than Michael Spell. He's a Florida native, moved to Parachute, Colorado. He's originally from Indian River County, Florida, which is on the east coast of the state there. He grew up with an alcoholic father who more than once apparently fired shots at him.
Oh, boy.
Like bucking shots toward your kid. He also has 4 sisters. He worked construction and roofing, which is that's maybe the rapiest of all the construction workers. It's a tough one. It's
certainly some of the hardest work.
It's the shittiest work. It's the work that you are doing. You'd be moving somewhere else on the crew unless you had a long criminal record that makes you do whatever the hell you can. You'll take whatever you can get, basically.
Go up there. We're tired of you down here.
Yeah, roofers are scumbags. Sorry if any roofers are listening. Look around. You're probably not a scumbag if you're listening to this show, but look around you right now. How many scumbags do you see? A bunch, right? Would you trust any of them around your daughters? Put it that way. Right. Probably not. So he's a construction.
They're here because they can't work indoors.
No one will allow them indoors. That's why they're here. No one will even allow them to on ground level. They have to be up closest to the sun.
Go up top and outside.
Mop that tar, buddy. Also, he has 7 felonies that we'll talk about. His lucky number is 7, by the way. He's got 7 felonies and 7 children.
Wow.
With 5 different women.
No, okay, well,
I was hoping for 7. I was hoping for 777s, but 5s.
Yeah.
He's done 3 stints in state prison, so his numbers are 7, 7, 5, and 3 at this point. Wow. He should really play that in the lottery. If there's one of those quick picks or something, he should do that. He did 3 prison stints between 2002 and 2010. His criminal history in Indian County dates back to the late 80s and includes weapons possessions, narcotics possessions, theft, trespassing, leaving the scene of a crime, possession of a firearm by a convicted felon, sale of cocaine, burglary.
He fucks up a lot.
Contempt of court, resisting an officer, multiple counts of driving with a suspended license, and then, of course, failure to pay child support because at this current time, he's $84,000 in arrears on child support. $84,000, Jimmy.
You're never clearing that up.
That's like what we hear from, like, you know, some NFL player who is getting sued or something. He owes $112,000 because, you know, he has to pay like $8,000 a month or whatever.
Yeah, he's only 6 months behind.
Yeah, this guy's probably 12 years behind.
Paid.
He's never paid anything. He also uses about a dozen aliases as well, and he's also been charged with giving police a false name, as it makes sense as well.
Because he's got aliases.
His former Florida co-worker and roommate remembered him thusly, and wow, quote, he worked hard and partied hard. We made money and he partied real hard. That was his main goal, and girls. I know that he was wild, and I know that we partied a hell of a lot in our years, but there was never any violence in it.
Just party, babe.
He said the word party 3 times in 2 sentences, and girls also, which is funny. And he has one asset, and that is a green 1993 Ford Explorer.
Oh.
Okay.
I know that. Yeah.
August of 2010 is when he moved to Colorado after he was released from prison in Florida. That's when he met Michael Spell, so pretty recently, and he told Spell, there's money in them thar hills and them oil fields. Let's go get it. So January 12th, the day after the anonymous tip, the FBI interviews Angel Cruz, Michael Spell's baby mama and girlfriend, and she tells them what Michael Spell told her. And that was that, quote, he and a man named Lester had abducted a woman. Why would you tell your girlfriend that?
I mean,
what have you been up to? Well,
sometimes you're just honest to a fault.
You know what I mean? To a fault. That's the problem. The guy's just too honest.
Yeah.
But
we got such a great relationship. I tell her everything.
Just tell her everything.
Yeah, including when I abduct women.
Yeah. And also, Michael had told her that they strangled the woman and shoved her face in muddy water until she was dead. That's what Angel tells the FBI.
Yeah, I didn't hear a single why.
None of that. If I'm her, I'm not getting that far in the conversation.
No.
Past you abducted a woman. What? You did what? That would be the end of it.
Home?
She got all the way down to this shit where he did all of this. He told her that Lester forced him to bury the body and that Michael said he was just racked with guilt and he was terrified of what Lester would do to him if he said anything. So she also gave a vehicle description of a 1993 green Ford Explorer. So they locate the green Ford Explorer. Lester Waters Jr. is taken into custody because he's the one inside the vehicle. Michael's not in the vehicle. They don't find him in there. They're not together anymore.
Okay.
Inside the vehicle, they find a Walmart receipt dated January 7th, 2012, the same day Sherry disappeared, for items including a shovel.
Oh, boy.
Yeah. This is, wait till you hear about the shovel. Now, Michael had stolen Les Waters Jr.'s phone after the murder, apparently, and began hitchhiking towards South Dakota.
Wow.
So he's just on the side of the road with a thumb out with his stolen phone.
Somebody else's phone. A bad man's phone.
Yeah, the SWAT team pulls up and gets him off the side of the road. So that's where he is. He's taken into custody and transported to Williams County Correctional Center in Williston, North Dakota, because he was in North Dakota at the time. Now, Michael Spell, when he's booked into the jail, the only things he has in his possession are a stolen phone and $11.
$11.
$11. That's what he's got to his name.
It's a good thing y'all got me. I'm out of money.
I'm about out of money. Yeah. I had about one extra value meal left in me, and that's about it. Wow.
One extra value meal or about 2 hours at a motel.
Yeah, one or the other. Yeah, totally. So the FBI brings him in for formal questioning because he was in another state, and he's from another state, and it's all very confusing, and the FBI was doing a profile anyway. Now, he is going to spill it. He confesses, but the problem is he tells them what happened, but with certain tweaks on it and changes to it that make himself a little bit less guilty here and kind of shield himself a little bit here from guilt. Okay. One of those things. But he is the first to talk here. His dad, talks to the media and says he's got less education than a kindergartner, and my son is all messed up, and he left with some criminal asshole who told him there's all sorts of money in the oil fields. Now, what Michael tells them is, first of all, they ask him if he understands his Miranda rights. They go through it all. They go, "Do you understand your rights, as we've told you?" And he said, "A little bit," which I've never heard that response to. "Do you understand your rights?" A little bit. This is like Brendan Dassey up there.
Yeah.
It's
worse.
It's worse.
This is a guy that's been fired because he didn't understand his job.
He didn't understand cleaning up burned things. Yeah. So the FBI agents give him a second opportunity to decline to speak without speaking to an attorney, and he said, "Well, I'll just talk to you, I guess." But he understands his rights a little bit.
A little bit.
You insulted him a little bit. You gave him his rights a little bit. So he says, January 4th, we left to get oil jobs. Our destination was Williston, North Dakota, and this oil boom. You know what I mean? Yeah. And so they said that the trip was basically a marathon of crack smoking the entire time.
Nice.
That's how they started. They loaded into the Ford Explorer.
Day one.
Day one.
Crack.
As soon as they got in the car, he said Lester Waters was already high on crack when they got in the car for the trip. And basically, the drive is 800 miles, and they basically just, quote, consumed crack cocaine for 3 straight days.
God damn.
Just 3 days of crack smoking and driving, okay? He said that Lester Waters smoked crack continuously, and Michael told the police that Lester forced him to smoke crack too. Forced me to smoke. I had to do it. Yeah. So he says somewhere on the drive, this is January 7th is when this happened, right. Lester Waters told Michael Spell that the crack cocaine, quote, brought the devil out in him.
Oh, boy.
It's been known to do that, by the way.
Yeah.
It really has. It'll bring the devil out in quite a few people, crack.
You chase the dragon with heroin, but you bring the devil out you with
bring
crack.
The devil, yeah. You chasing the dragon? Nah, man, bringing the devil. That's what I'm doing right now. So that shit is evil, though.
Running with the devil.
Crack is fucking evil. I mean, not that that's a hot take, but if you've ever known anyone who's severely addicted to crack, it is a fucking mess. It's a mess.
Yeah. I mean, thankfully, I've only seen
really
close up a lot through documentaries. Okay. And obviously that is, boy, oh boy. I've known dudes that smoke crack, but
I had friends that were absolutely addicted to, like, they'd bring home whole payphones.
Yeah, the whole phone.
To try to crack them. They'd bring in cigarette machines, Jimmy, entire cigarette machines. They'd bring into the fucking house. You're like, what's going on? They're like, you want to buy a pack of cigarettes? $2. And then
is so buried.
It's so bad, but they're going to get it. They got it. They made a key. They smelted, Jimmy. They smelted a key to make a master
like
key.
Nickels or something?
I don't know. The one guy was an older crackhead, so he had tricks. But that's Satanic Bill. And they made a key out of metal, and they made it and poured it into a lock and all this shit, and so they could unlock. They had like a master key to phone boxes, so they could.
I mean, you better pray to fuck that works, because if it doesn't, now the keyhole's full of molten metal.
That's full of that shit. Only crackheads would think to do that. That's what I mean. I was like,
that's
you guys
crazy.
Are nuts. So it's a lot. So anyway, he apparently began talking about kidnapping and killing a woman. Lester does. Now, Michael Spell said, I thought he was kidding at first, but then I realized he kind of wasn't kidding.
It's a shit joke.
Yes, it's a real weird joke. It doesn't come up very often. So they're driving through Sidney that morning. The streets are quiet. It's still dark. They initially they found a woman they were going to kidnap. She was at a laundromat, but she got in her car and left before they could do it. Like, they were planning it. Like, okay, you're going to do this. And then she went and took off. So there's no way to get her.
Being her.
Then they went down Holly Street, which is known as the truck route that runs past the Sidney Sugars refinery.
Right.
And as we know, also running on that street is Sherry Arnold. Apparently, they drove up behind her. It's about 6:30 a.m. They drove up behind her. And according to Michael Spell's confession here, Lester told him to get out of the vehicle, so he got out.
Yeah.
And he jogged slightly ahead of Sherry. Looked like acting like he was jogging. There's a lot of people super high on 3 days worth of crack cocaine jogging at 6:30 in the morning. It's a very normal thing.
I'm sure he's
to see out
got
there.
all of the jogging apparatus.
all the accoutrement,
correct clothes, correct
yeah.
shoes, all of it.
He's got, was it 2012? He's got like the iPod on his arm. That's what people used to have back then.
Strapped to it with that little rubber sleeve.
Yeah, he's got all that shit. Hey, everybody, just going to take a quick break from the show to tell you about Chime.
Chime.com.
Absolutely. Don't you want a bank that's on your side? That's what Chime is. They're going to get you your paycheck early. Then you can get rid of all these ridiculous fees. This is what you need. These are people that are on your side. Go with Chime, everybody. Chime is changing the way people bank. They offer the most rewarding fee-free banking. This is fee-free banking. It's built for you, everybody, and me, and Jimmy, and everyone. It's built for us as people. They're not like traditional old banks that charge you overdraft and monthly fees. They have thousands of fee-free ATMs. Why do you want to pay to get your own money? It's your money. You put it in there. You don't need to pay to get it out. It's built for you, not some 1% people out there. For real people, Chime members can benefit from up to $1,150 in annual rewards. Fee-free. It's awesome. It's the best. Direct deposit unlocks the most rewarding way to bank at Chime. Chime is rated 5 stars by USA Today for customer service. Real humans, 24/7. You're not just going to be switching banks. What you're doing is you're upgrading to America's #1 choice for banking with a Chime checking account. Get 5% cash back on Chime card in a category of your choice, like gas or groceries. You get savings that grow faster with 3.75% APY. That's good stuff. Can't beat that. And that's 9 times higher than the national average. That's real. That's real money in your pocket. Plus, you get premium travel perks like airport lounge access and 24/7 travel concierge included with your Chime card. You can even get up to $500 of your pay when you say with my pay. So they also have Spot Me, which lets you overdraft up to $200 fee-free. This is the only way to go, everybody. There is no reason to pay ridiculous fees. There's no reason to get your money later. There's no reason for any of it.
Right.
Chime just does it better. So you can do this. It's so much better than what you're going to have. We love Chime. It's awesome. So get in there and do it. Chime is not just smarter banking. It's the most rewarding way to bank. Join the millions who are already banking fee-free today. Head to chime.com/smalltownmurder. That is chime.com/smalltownmurder. It only takes a few minutes to sign up.
Chime is a fintech, not a bank. Banking services for MyPay and Chime Card provided by Chime's bank partners. Optional products and services may have fees or charges. Stated annual percentage yield and cashback for Chime Prime only. No minimum balance required. Checking account ranking based on a J.D. Power survey published October 20, 2025. For more information on APY rates, MyPay, Spot Me, and travel perks, go to chime.com/disclosures.
Hey, everybody, just going to take a quick break from the show to tell you the best home security available out there, SimplySafe.
SimplySafe.com. Simpli safe.com.
Absolutely. There is a big difference between traditional home security and SimplySafe. It's just so, number one, it's so easy. When you get it, you can have the whole system up, installed on your own and live. It's so easy. You do it online. There's apps and all this. In like an hour, you can do this.
Yeah.
Which is less time than normally people would take just in the window waiting for a technician. They have the cameras and they can see what's going on outside before you know what's going on. While you're in your house sleeping, they could be yelling at someone through your system, telling them to get out of here. The cops can be called, and you're like, what's going on now? It's great. They take the initiative and they go after it before there's a problem. They make it so there's not going to be a problem for you. It is so good. We really, really love it. It's easy to get secured. You can easily customize a system that's right for your home at SimplySafe.com, and it ships to your door in just a few days with an app-guided setup and no drilling required. You can install and arm your system under an hour. No need to wait for technicians or any of that. And it's not just a camera. It's a comprehensive ecosystem of sensors, cameras for inside and out, and 24/7 professional monitoring. In the event of a break-in, fire, or flood, SimplySafe's agents are ready to take action. No long-term contracts. There's no lock-ins, no hidden cancellation fees. SimplySafe earns your business by keeping you safe, not by trapping you in a contract. And that's great, too. Their pricing is also really good. 24/7 monitoring for a fraction of what traditional brands charge you. And they were named America's Best Customer Service by Newsweek. and over 5 million people trust SimplySafe every day, and U.S. News & World Report ranked them the best home security system of 2026. We also rank it that way as well. We want you to experience the same peace of mind that we do, which is why we've partnered with SimplySafe to offer an exclusive discount to our listeners. Right now, you can get 50% off your new system by visiting simplysafe.com/small. That's half off at simplysafe.com/small, SIMPLI safe.com/small. There's no safe like SimplySafe.
Now back to the show.
I used to feel so guilty handing over the tablet just to get things done.
We all do. But honestly, I switched to Lingo Kids. The guilt is gone, and the kids are obsessed.
Really? Do they actually like it?
Oh, they love it. It's all games, music, lessons, and stories. They think they're just playing, but I know they're safe from weird ads and junk.
Mom, look! I'm flying into space!
See? They're happy. I'm happy.
Lingo Kids!
Everything kids love.
He said hello to her as she passed. She smiled at him, and he smiled back. Then, because she's faster, she's running, he ran up behind her and tackled her from behind.
Oh, God.
He called it a rugby tackle, which I don't know how much
that?
rugby this guy's. A tackle, I think. Just a football tackle. He said he forced her face into the muddy ground, and he choked her. And then they dragged her into the car, into the Explorer.
Good Lord.
Into the back seat. Now, he's going to give a couple conflicting accounts to different people of exactly what happened inside the vehicle.
Yeah.
In some versions, he killed her, and in other versions, Lester Waters choked her in the back seat.
Okay.
But we do know that he said that she was choked and to death, basically. She was strangled. Then she's dead back there, so they covered her up in the back of the Explorer under a blanket.
That's it?
That's it. They didn't realize that they'd left a hat and a sneaker at the scene either. They didn't realize that. Right. You know, when you're high on crack for 3 days, shit slips by. Certain things fall in the cracks. You know what I mean?
Yeah. You don't pay attention to details.
Certain things get lost in the ether. You know, that's how it works.
On the wayside.
Lost in the crack smoke.
Yeah.
So the Explorer, they drive east across the Montana line into North Dakota. They reach the area around Williston, which is kind of the epicenter of the whole oil boom here. Sure. And the streets are jammed, and there's all sorts of a lot of chaos going on in this town. They stop at Walmart, buy a shovel, keep the receipt, smartly enough. Wait till you hear why, because this is amazing. They then drive to a rural area outside Williston. Lester tells Michael to dig. You know, he's younger. If you're 47, you're with someone that's 22, they're digging. Sorry. Hey, if you're digging a hole and there's someone 22 next to you, who's digging? Who's taking first shift?
You're not going to feel this in the morning.
No.
So you start.
I'm going to feel this for 5 days if I do this. So
I'm going to take Advil for the next 3.
Yeah. Yeah. It's got to be amazing. I'd love to remember, and because I've always been sore, but I'd love to remember what it would be like to do something like that without taking Advil first. Like, I preemptively take Advil now when I do things. I'm like, well, that's going to hurt. I better do things.
Yeah. I went to my
we're not even that old. This is scary.
And they had the parents participate.
Oh, no.
That was Tuesday, James. I still hurt.
Still limping around. I went bowling Tuesday, and I'm still sore, too. My leg is sore. It's fucking horrible. Okay, so he's digging. Spells digging. He says they dig about a 3-foot grave. They place Sherry's body inside the grave and they cover it up with some dirt.
Boy. What a stupid thing to do.
Insanely stupid.
This is so stupid.
Nothing to gain. She's
nothing.
Jogging, so you're not robbing her. She's not wearing her jewelry or carrying her fucking purse with her credit cards in it. It's stupid. It's just pointless. So then they drove from there. You know where they drove, Jimmy?
Home?
Back to Walmart.
Oh.
Can you imagine why you'd go back to Walmart?
They are not going to return this shovel.
They absolutely returned their grave digging shovel for a refund. How crackhead is that?
Yeah. Yeah, that That is buying a circular saw to fix up your house and then taking it back.
And then
you
returning
asshole.
it.
You fucking jerk.
At least you didn't buy a circular saw to dismember a person and then bring it back. Because this is even crazier.
This is crazy.
Yep. Then he got his money. He got his money back and he walked out.
$11.
He says that Lester ordered him to grab her and that he didn't know what else to do. So he says he's afraid of Lester Waters. He's older, he's scary.
Yeah.
The next day, he's in jail talking to a fellow inmate, Michael Spell is, and he tells the inmate the story he told his girlfriend, the version where he's the one who grabbed her and he pushed her face into the muddy water and all that. So that's corroboration from all sides. So he's told that to multiple people. So they charge both men with deliberate homicide and attempted or aggravated kidnapping. They initially faced the death penalty here as well.
Yeah.
They both plead not guilty.
Wow.
Okay, March 21st, 2012. This is almost 2 months later.
Yeah.
Finally, Lester Van Waters Jr. agrees to lead the authorities to the location of the body. They still haven't found her yet.
They haven't. Oh, my God.
Nope, they haven't recovered her. So she is found in a rural area outside of Williston in about a 3-foot hastily dug grave. The autopsy finds black, gritty, unidentified material in her stomach and trachea, consistent with her having had her face forced into the muddy ground.
Unbelievable.
Horrible. Fucking horrible.
Alive, aspirated it.
She didn't do a fucking thing to anybody.
For no reason.
She beat cancer and teaches kids fucking algebra. She's an angel. That's crazy.
Wow.
This is ridiculous.
I can't believe these people exist on this planet.
I don't even know what to say about it. I mean, the other guy, Lester, you look at this is exactly what you'd expect from him. You know what I mean? It seems like
I can't believe
anybody does this.
Yeah. I can't believe I expect that from someone.
Yeah. Now, the fact that they brought this body across a state line triggers federal jurisdiction for kidnapping, giving the FBI's Salt Lake City division a role in the investigation as well. So now you got the federal government up your ass.
Yeah.
They have a funeral for her. 2,000 people attend this funeral. This is in a town of 5,000.
Yeah, that's half the town.
2,000 people attend the funeral. They have it at Sidney High School's gymnasium. Mm-hmm. They put a Chicago Cubs hat and flowers on her casket. Her husband, Gary, said he'd like to thank the police, the FBI, and the people of Sidney, and the people who have turned out to help and the role they played in bringing Sherry back home. It wasn't how we wanted her to come home, but she came home to us. Jesus, even he's a nice guy.
Yeah. I mean, at least he's got her. And that's there's a lot of that don't, and that's fucked up. That sucks so much.
There's a lot of tributes to her, and there's a lot of be careful out there shit. There's a shutupandrun.net, which we have Shut Up and Give Me Murder, so that's pretty good. They have a bunch of posts about the whole thing, keeping everybody updated. So the defense for Michael Spell wants to suppress his confession.
Really?
His defense attorney said basically he's a fucking moron. He had no idea
you can't
what
take
his
any
rights
of his
were
words for anything. Yeah,
he didn't know what his rights were. They asked him if he understood. He said a little bit.
A little bit.
That's not enough. He wrote.
Ask you if you want ketchup.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah. They said Mr. Spell believed the FBI agents were his friends, and he was simply helping them solve the disappearance and murder of Mrs. Arnold. And when you get somebody,
he happens to know all of the answers.
That's the problem. That's the problem. They say they tricked him, and that with dumb people, that's what they do a lot. I need your help. We're all, we're all in this together. You're practically an FBI agent. That's how they would treat him, and then do this.
Your badge, deputized. Let's go.
And the prosecution countered, law enforcement did nothing wrong. It's not their fault he's a moron. Right. He's a moron, but he's still out murdering people. So what do you want? They said they'd been patient, deliberate, and that his that disability, quote, while relevant, must be assessed in the totality of the circumstances. The judge is going to allow the confession into the trial. Is he competent? Because he's been said he's not competent.
He didn't get charged for weed possession.
Yeah, this is a big deal.
This is murder.
Defense psychologist, but in the eyes of the law, doesn't matter whether it's jaywalking or murder. You're either competent or you're not.
Yeah, my point is just that he wasn't competent enough to sell weed.
Exactly.
Now we're going to try him for murder? What are we talking about?
Yeah. Oh, you're saying yes. That's what I was
Yeah.
saying too. We were agreeing
Yeah.
on that one. Okay. So I misunderstood. So yeah, this is defense psychologist testified that Spell has a child's mentality and a subservient personality that makes him easily manipulated, especially by older people.
Okay. He's gullible.
He's gullible. His intellectual disability has been documented all the way back to age 5 as well. Yeah. There's plenty of school thing. They said he played Sonic the Hedgehog with his toddler. He played Kingdom Hearts. His aunt-in-law, or heard that one? Right? Aunt-in-law described watching him play. She said, he's like a kid playing those games. You saw the light on his face.
Well, I got news for you, James. You're a dum-dum, too.
Yeah, you don't sound real smart either, aunt-in-law Tina.
You seen me play those games? I look like a moron.
Oh, yeah, I look like an idiot myself. So, meanwhile, August of 2013, Lester Waters Jr. pleads. He's going to plead guilty.
Yeah, he's got to
deliberate homicide by accountability, meaning he was held responsible for the killing even if he did not personally perform the fatal act. They're leaving that in the wind. Yeah. Under the plea agreement, prosecutors dropped the death penalty and kidnapping charge. Mm-hmm. He has to agree to testify against Spell if it goes to trial. Okay, so he's going to plead to that. Now, there's a 3-year battle for Michael whether there's going to be a trial over his competence. Could they basically, they're talking about his intellectual disability. They're saying, could he be sentenced to prison or a treatment facility? Can the death penalty legally apply here? Because he's not bright enough. And the Supreme Court had said you can't execute people that are this stupid. One guy, also a clinical professor at the University of North Carolina School of Medicine, interviewed Spell twice and testified, quote, he's not smart. We got that. I observed him being really confused most of the time about the questions he was asked and not being able to provide adequate answers to show he could understand the conversation.
Uh-oh.
They said that he's prone to distort past events, and he's basically just a mess. They said during his 2-month evaluation, he'd been observed playing video games, doing laundry, playing cards, and manipulating other patients. That's what a state psychiatrist said.
Yeah.
They said he earned video game privileges by behaving well, and he had shown rarely seen perseverance in reaching level 3 of whatever game he was playing. He
can't get to level 3?
No, but also he could be good at video games and still be a moron. That doesn't, you could have you could be an idiot savant like that. He complained of depression, anxiety, paranoia, voices, poor memory, and his behavior was not consistent with those complaints, they said, though.
Okay.
He enjoyed child-friendly video games. They also, this doctor from the state said his cognitive limitations were unusual. Patients with intellectual disabilities that are genuine about it pretend they understand. They try to fit in. They don't like an emphasis on their impairments. But we know he's not faking being a moron. We know that. It's documented. He's been a moron since jump. So,
and he probably doesn't like the pointing out of his disability because in the past it's probably been a subject of fodder, bullying and such.
Absolutely. But the judge rules in May 2014 that he is competent to stand trial.
Okay.
The defense appeals. The Montana Supreme Court denies the petition. They moved the trial out of this area anyway. But October of 2014, he's going to plead guilty as well.
Okay.
To deliberate homicide. The attempted kidnapping charge was dropped. Under the plea agreement, it also removed the death penalty, and he admitted his role in the abduction and killing. Sentencing for Lester Waters, he is sentenced. The state recommends 100 years in prison.
100 years?
100 years. They said that there's a defense investigator that testified, this is a guy that had some potential. He has his major life problem was cocaine addiction.
Okay.
He also spoke and said, I'm very sorry for your loss. I truly am. That's what Lee Waters said, or Les Waters said. Yeah. Gary Arnold, Sherry's husband here, said, time doesn't make it easier, but it does change things. My life is different now. It's too late and it's after the fact, your apology. It doesn't change a thing.
Right.
The judge said, Mr. Waters, you're losing your freedom. Sherry Arnold lost her life. The victims aren't limited to Sherry's family. They include friends and residents of eastern Montana and western North Dakota. You set in motion those events that led to her death. You, sir, may fuck off. 80 years in prison with 20 suspended.
So he got 60.
He got 60, and he's not eligible for parole for 20 years, which is coming up pretty soon.
Yeah.
And he's ordered to pay $21,448 in restitution to Gary Arnold. They take his Ford Explorer to be sold, a 15-year-old Ford Explorer. I don't know what that's worth, but that goes toward restitution.
$4,000.
Michael's sentencing, he tells the court, I know I've hurt a lot of people. I'm just hoping that someday they'll be able to forgive me. And the judge explained that, basically at Walmart, while her body was in the vehicle, you didn't ask for help or attempt to leave. I don't want to hear you're afraid of that guy.
You bought a fucking shovel.
Yeah, they said that we don't want to hear any of that shit. You, sir, may fuck off. 100 years in prison, no suspended years.
Oh, shit.
But he's eligible for parole in 2037. So I don't know if you only have to serve like a third of it seems like.
Yeah. They should have both gotten the same thing, right? Because the other guy clearly manipulated him.
And he was the first one to come forward and admit it. So I feel like, if anything, the dumber, younger first one to admit it should have probably got the deal.
Right.
But I think they gave Waters the deal because he took him to the body and he could remember where it was probably.
And
I don't know.
he took the plea first.
That's also it. Also, 2018, more trouble for Michael. He faces a separate charge in prison of trying to kill a fellow inmate.
Oh, my.
Yeah, he and another inmate beat a man with a lock and fractured bones in his face and ribs. There's a running trail dedicated to Sherry Arnold's honor in Sidney, in the same area she ran. June 2024, Michael Spell in prison. He and another inmate forced a female corrections officer into a prison cell where Spell allegedly held the cell door closed and the other guy tried to remove his belt so he could start raping the guard. Other corrections officers responded, opened the door, subdued Spell, while the female corrections officer was able to overpower the other guy and handcuff him. Wow. They were checking cell doors and this happened. Spell is accused of distracting the female officer, grabbing her around the waist and pulling her into the cell.
Oh, my.
Holy shit.
He's dangerous.
He is fucking dangerous. He is a dangerous idiot, basically.
Yeah.
So he's going to be charged with felony aggravated assault or felony charge of aggravated kidnapping and attempted rape as well. Final reactions here. Wow. The lifetime Sidney resident said, the things we've always taken for granted, we can't take for granted anymore, like Sherry. Sherry's family, her sister said she said she wanted justice and the death penalty in the early days. She said, I wanted to drive over them, but we don't do that. Death is not the ultimate goal. Just don't let them out. That's all I'm worried about, whether it's in prison or an institution or whatever. A very kind, reasonable person is what she is. Intelligent and reasonable. I just don't want her out. I don't want these people out on the street. That's it. Her father, Sherry's father, Ron, said, it turned this little town upside down. There's evil in the world, and it just happened to touch down in Sidney, Montana on January 7th. Yeah. That is Sidney, Montana, everybody, in a fucked up ass story, right? Jesus Christ.
Two terrible people.
Terrible assholes. Yeah, just awful fucking people.
For nothing.
He might be dumb, but he's a nasty, dumb scumbag. Yeah.
Gross.
So very quickly at the end of the show here, if you like the show, first of all, give it 5 stars on whatever app you're listening to. Tell Netflix you like it. Do all that stuff. Head over to shutupandgivememurder.com. Get your tickets for live shows. Denver, May 2nd, still a few tickets there. And Royal Oak, Michigan, May 30th, still a few tickets there. And then, of course, Milwaukee, Minneapolis in September. Get your tickets right now for those. Shutupandgivememurder.com. You can follow us on social media at Small Town Murder on Instagram, at Small Town Pod on Facebook. Got my things mixed up there. So you can do that. You can also get Patreon. Patreon.com/CrimeInSports, which is the name of another show that we do that you should listen to because it's hilarious. Crime in Sports and Your Stupid Opinions. Check them out. But Patreon.com/CrimeInSports. Anybody $5 a month or above, you get hundreds of back bonus episodes as soon as you subscribe. New ones every other week. One Crime in Sports, one Small Town Murder. This week, Crime in Sports, the Ecclesia Athletic Association, supposed to be keep kids off the street with sports, and it turns into diddle kids and be gross and have a cult. Weird. Small Town Murder, Corey Richins Part 2. She killed her husband. She wrote a book about it for her kids. It's gross and weird, and she's a mess. And we can't wait to hear about more of that. Patreon.com/CrimeInSports. Plus, you get a shout out at the end of the regular show. You get all the shows we put out ad-free as well. Get yourself Patreon. Do that. Keep coming back and hanging out with us. ShutUpAndGiveMeMurder.com has every links to everything, us on social media, all that good stuff. So keep coming back and seeing us. And until next week, everybody, it's been our pleasure.
Bye.
Hey, everybody listening to Small Town Murder out there.
Yeah.
Hi.
Hello.
Good to see you out there. I'm here with Jimmy, too. And this is an ad, but not an ad for a product. This is an ad
This
for
is the best
tour
kind.
dates. Yes,
Yeah.
come see a live show, the 2026 tour.
Yeah.
All the tickets are for sale right now, starting out with February 21st in Nashville, March 6th in Durham, March 7th in Atlanta. Phoenix is sold out. We do have tickets, though, to Your Stupid Opinions on the 21st of March. Salt Lake City sold out. Denver has tickets. Be there on May 2nd. May 29th, Buffalo sold out. Royal Oak, Michigan, May 30th. We have September 18th, Milwaukee, September 19th, Minneapolis, October the 3rd in Dallas, October 16th in San Jose, October 17th in Sacramento, November 13th in Terrytown, November 14th in Boston. Come see us. The live shows are spectacular. Come join all of the other STM people. You're going to meet so many people. You're going to have fun.
Make some new
laugh
friends.
like crazy and make some new friends. Come out and see us. ShutUpAndGiveMeMurder.com is where you go for those tickets. Get them right now while they're hot.
See you on the road.
Dryness is one of the biggest challenges for curly hair, and many products, they clock out after wash day. The new Ultra Moisture collection was literally designed with our hair in mind. Curls, coils, all of it. Powered by Botana oil and Jamaican black castor oil, which means the science is actually doing the work. Clinically proven to help retain moisture for up to 5 days. This means nonstop moisture for up to 5 whole days. The shampoo gently cleanses without stripping. The mask deeply conditions and helps reduce breakage. The leave-in adds rich moisturization with hyaluronic acid. And the curl cream wraps every curl in luxurious hydration with long-lasting definition. No sulfates, no parabens, no silicones, no mineral oils. Just nourishment without the compromise. Because here's the thing, your hair deserves products that actually understand it. Moisture that starts at the root and keeps going well past wash day. That's the Ultra Moisture collection from Cantu. Explore their full line, built for every curl pattern, every hair routine. Available now at Walmart. Go get it.